You just got your CDL. You're ready to drive. You've been dreaming about this. But before a single carrier lets you touch their truck, you have to pass 7 federal screening checks. And one mistake, just one, at any step, and your career is over before it starts. We're talking drug tests, DOT physicals, background checks, the FNCSA, clearinghouse. The whole thing costs between $200 and $400. And most new drivers walk into this process completely blind. But not you. Not after this video. Today, I'm breaking down every single screening step, what it costs, who pays, what fails you, and the mistakes that rookies keep making in 2025 and 2026. My name is Chris. We place CDL drivers with small to medium-sized carriers, and this is another guide for CDL holders just starting out or joining in on the holy journey. So stick around. By the way, if you are a new CDL driver or thinking about getting your CDL, hit subscribe right now. This is part 1 of our 7-part compliance series, and you don't want to miss a single. All right, let's zoom out first. Before we get into each check one by one, you need to understand what pre-hire screening actually is and why it exists. When a carrier wants to hire you, the federal government, specifically the FMCSA, that's the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, says that they must verify 7 things about you before you drive commercially. Number 1, can you physically handle the job? That's your DOT physical. Number 2, are you clean? That's the drug test. Number 3, what does your driving record look like? That's the MVR, your motor vehicle record. Number 4, have you had any crashes or inspection violations? That's the PSP report. Number 5, have you ever... Are you in the FMCSA Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse with a violation? That's the clearinghouse query. Number 6, do you have a criminal history that could be a problem? That's the background check. And last but not least, number 7, what did your previous employer say about you? That's your 3-year employment verification. Now, let's talk money, because nobody tells new drivers what this actually costs, or most importantly, who's supposed to pay for it. Here's the full breakdown. DOT physical, $75 to $150, and no, your health insurance does not cover this. Drug test, $40 to $100, depending on the provider. Places like Concentra, Quest, or Better Care. Your MVR, the driving record check, that runs about $10 to $20, depending on your state. The PSP report is $10 flat. Clearinghouse query, $1.25. Cheapest thing on the list, but the most dangerous if it comes back to dirty. Criminal background check, $25 to $60, and the 3-year employment verification, about $22. Total goes somewhere between $188 and $413. Now, here's the good news. The carrier pays for almost all of this. Drug tests, carrier pays. Background check, carrier pays. MVR, PSP, clearinghouse, employment, verification, carrier. The only thing you're typically paying out of your own pockets is the DOT physical. Some carriers will even reimburse that, but don't count on it. Budget $100 to $150 just to be safe. And if any company is asking you to pay for your own drug test or background checks before hiring you, that's a red flag. Walk away. Okay. So you've applied to a carrier. How long until you're actually cleared to drive? Realistically, 5 to 14 business days from application to clearance. Some things are instant. Clearinghouse query comes back in minutes. Your MVR and PSP usually come back within a few hours to 3 days. The bottleneck employment verification. Your new carrier has to contact your previous employers and get your safety performance history. By law, they have up to 30 days to complete this. But here's the thing. You can start driving before that's done. The carrier just assumes the risk. Carriers using platforms like 10th Street or Foley report getting through this whole process 20 to 30% faster. So if a carrier is still doing everything by paper and fax, that tells you something about how they run their business. 3 major rule changes hit the trucking industry in 2025 and 2026, and most new drivers have no idea. Change number 1, electronic medical certificates. Starting June 22nd, 2025, your DOT physical results get sent electronically from your medical examiner straight to the FMCSA and then to your state DMV. No more carrying around that paper medical card. No more forgetting to drop it off at the DMV. Sounds great, right? It is, but it also means there is nowhere to hide. If your certificate expires or if there's any conflict between what's in the system and what you're carrying, the electronic record wins. After January 2026, carriers have to verify your medical status through the state MVR, not your paper card. Change number 2, Clearinghouse 2 and mandatory CDL downgrades. This one's been live since November 18th, 2024, and it is a game changer. Before this rule, if you had a drug or alcohol violation in the clearinghouse, you were supposed to be removed from driving, but some drivers just went to a different carrier or kept driving because nobody enforced it. Not anymore. Now, your state DMV automatically queries the clearinghouse before issuing, renewing, or transferring your CDL. If you're in prohibited status, your CDL gets downgraded, not suspended. Downgraded, meaning you lose the commercial privilege entirely until you complete the return to duty process. Right now, over 190,000 CDL drivers are sitting in prohibited status. That's 1 out of every 30 CDL holder in America, and about 60% of those violations are for weed. Change number 3. Fentanyl is coming to the drug test panel. In September 2025, the DOT published a proposed rule to add fentanyl and norfentanyl to the standard drug testing panel. This hasn't taken effect yet. It's still in the rulemaking process, but industry experts expect it to go live sometime in 2026. When it does, testing costs are expected to go up 15%, and drivers who are prescribed fentanyl patches or other fentanyl-based pain medication will need to work with their doctors to make sure they have proper documentation ready for the medical review officer. Bottom line, the federal government is closing every loophole, every gap, every way that non-compliant drivers used to slip through. If you're entering the industry in 2025 or 2026, you need to be squeaky clean and fully informed. So that's the big picture. In the next video, I'm going deep on each screening check one at a time. We've already covered the DOT physical, how to prepare, what disqualifies you, and the blood pressure numbers you need to know. You can find the videos part 1 and 2 on this channel. We'll take a look at the drug testing process, the marijuana trap, the new fentanyl panel, and what happens if you fail. Next, we'll check your MVR and driving record, what carriers see, and what gets you rejected. After that, we'll cover the PSP report and the FMCSA clearinghouse, the 2 databases that follow you everywhere. After that, we'll take a dive into the process of criminal background checks, employment verification, the stuff that's not federal but can still kill your career. Here's my promise to you. If you watch the entire content, you will walk into your next career application more prepared. This is HOLYRECRUIT, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2.